want you to meet Mr. Edgar Arias. Is it Arias? Yes! All right, give it up to Mr. Edgar. Come on up, Edgar. Come on up.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I would have never imagined that creating blessings would be what it is today. In the last 9 months that I started creating blessings has become one of the fastest growing community movements. And not just that, but at the moment we have 2,500 active members in our Facebook group. And also we made it into the Daily Chronicle not once, but twice. And Ashley, a professional, that's right. Ashley, a professional videographer, she was so impressed by creating blessings. She came and she wanted to create a professional documentary about the movement. That was so exciting. And we have blessed hundreds of people in our community events. They travel from like everywhere to come to visit our events. It's amazing. And last December, we also received a special invitation from Dr. MB to be part of the Mishawaka 211 community talk show. And we had so much fun. Yeah, and today, on this beautiful morning, I'm here with all of you sharing my story. So I'm very happy, I'm very excited. However, creating blessings was never meant to be. I never woke up one day and said, I want to start a huge community movement. That never happened. That's not the truth. This morning, I would love to share what really happened, the story behind creating blessings. And also, I just don't want to share the story, but I also want to share a key ingredient that I believe that if you take it to your organization, is going to help you make a greater impact and a greater difference in the community. Let me take you back, all the way back. I was born and raised in Elgin, at least 40 minutes away from here, and I grew up with an abusive father, not with me, but towards my mother. And one day, he attacked her so bad, left her with a bloody face. And in that moment, I made a promise to myself, and I said, when I grow up, I never want to be like you. I hate what you represent. And at the age of 20, I got married to my beautiful wife, and everything was exciting. Passion and love filled the air. Until what happened next? Until it just started fading away. It started fading away, and I came back to reality. The love, the passion faded away, and now it was fights, arguments, every other day. The simplest things, it was an argument. And we didn't know. I was young, I was 19. I'm sorry, she was 19, I was 20. And our breaking point came one day when I got home from work, and I was exhausted. I was a machine operator, like lifting heavy stuff, heavy equipment, and I just wanted to go to sleep. However, my wife, she wanted to talk. She wanted to conversate. I didn't want to, I wanted to go to sleep. And again, a little conversation turned into a huge argument. And I told her, just leave me alone, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go sleep. You're not going nowhere. Leave me alone. She starts pulling my shirt. Leave me alone. She starts pulling my shirt. And I start pulling harder until, guess what? The shirt ripped in half, And in that moment, all the anger, the frustration that I had, it just exploded. And I don't know what happened, but something took over me. And I just attacked like a lion, attacked spray. I grabbed her, I shoved her to the back of the room, and I started squeezing her neck, something that I'm not proud of. And then I got close to her, and I said, do not mess with me. You don't know who you're messing with. And in that moment, I saw something, the agony in her face, the fear in her face while I squeezed. I saw a bloody face. It was my mother's bloody face of years ago when she would get abused by my father. And I also right there, just like a bullet in my brain, a whisper that told me, do you remember that one time when you were a little child that you promised that you would never be just like your father? Look at you. Slowly, you're becoming just like him. I didn't know what to do. I just fell to the floor and I started crying. Tears running down my face. I knew we had to do something about it quick. If not, we were going to end up divorced. To make a long story short, my wife and I, we decided to do everything we could to make our marriage improve. The first thing that I did is that I wanted to quit my job. It was physically demanding. So what I did is that I was looking for a job that would, give me the energy and the time to invest in my marriage. So while I was searching for a job, I found a business opportunity that I decided to pursue. I'm fearless. I'm fearless. My wife, she's also fearless. But that's not a good thing, always. We decided to quit our jobs. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. The business took longer than expected. And we were running out of money. And then my wife, she's a genius. She looked at me and she said, baby, what if we do this? What if we just sleep in the car? We'll sleep in the car for a few weeks, and then we'll find an affordable place, an affordable studio. On December 1st of 2016, we officially became homeless, sleeping in our car. He's an Altima, a small car. It was crowded. That's the only time, I told my wife, that's the only time when I wish I was short. So I could fit in the trunk. It was not a good experience. However, even though we were homeless, our love for each other was growing. Our marriage was getting better, and we were finally united. However, when I was homeless, there was something that I discovered, something that I couldn't believe. So my wife and I, we went through so many things while homeless. I remember the most humiliating day of my life. I was hungry. It's been a couple days since I've had eggs. I'm broke. I'm not able to afford food. I open the dumpster, and the first thing I see is I see a clear bag. It's a paradise of food, hot dogs, hamburgers inside the dumpster. But it was smelly, What would I do? I'm an AIDS. I had no other option. I ripped the bag and I started eating. Side to side in my stomach. When I realized what I was doing, I started bawling my eyes out. It was the most humiliating days of my life. And then I hid, so people wouldn't see me, that I was eating the food from the garbage can. But when I was homeless, I discovered a secret group of people. I would wipe my eyes, and I couldn't believe what I saw. It was a secret group of people. I call it a secret society. Those people look exactly like you. They look exactly like me. They spoke like you. They spoke like me. They were respectful. They would wake up every morning. They would put on their tie. They would do their hair. They would do their makeup. My wife and I, we would travel. We would sleep in McDonald's, Meijer, Walmart, hotels, the gyms, and all these people were there. But they looked just like you, and they looked just like me. However, they were homeless. They were also homeless. And then that's where I learned a very valuable lesson. Do not judge a book by its cover. Right? And it seems like we all know this, but we forget. Because all these people, they were hardworking people. They put on a tie. But they were homeless, sleeping in their car, just like me. And I didn't believe it, because we all grow up assuming that if you're on the streets, if you're homeless because you're either a drug addict, or because you're a bad person, or because you're lazy, you just don't want to work. But no, these people were not lazy. These people were not drug addicts. They were hardworking people, just like us, but they were homeless. Just like Daisy and I, they made a financial mistake, or something bad happened, but they were homeless. When I decided to bless my community with a random gesture of love, I took this valuable lesson with me. I set up 3 tables, and I put shoes, food, clothing, anything you can imagine, I put them on tables. And I was going to do a community garage sale. However, there was going to be a little twist. Everything inside my garage sale was going to be completely free. No questions asked. If you need it, come, take it. Doesn't matter how you look like. Does not matter if you have a tie on. Doesn't matter if you look whatever. Come and take it. No questions asked. The rest is history. People loved the idea, and they started donating their stuff to us. And that right there, my friends, I believe is the key ingredient that if you apply it to your organization, it's going to make a huge difference. At Creating Blessings, we don't judge. We don't pretend to know who needs help and who doesn't need help. We don't try to see, they don't need help. That person doesn't look like he needs help. We give, we love, and we serve out of pure love. And nothing more. No judgment. And if you take that with you, and if you apply that into your organization, I'm sure you're going to make a greater impact. Today, on this 2024, it's a new year. Let's go out there, make a better difference, make a greater difference, make a greater impact. We need all of you to make a greater difference. But this year, make it with love. Thank you.